Hey there, so here's the FJ40. I pulled it out last night to do this video and it got dark after dinner and I left it out, so it's wet, you can see, but it's usually always covered, stays covered. So you can see it's got, from the pictures, all the emblems and stuff like that that I put on. There's a slight, see if you can see it, where the fiberglass here, when we put this on, where there's a slight seam right there, that could be, the fiberglass could be, this could be grinded away and fixed, filled. Let's see, all the lights work, the winch works, 10,000 or 12,000 pound worn winch. I just keep the joystick in the glove box. So, windshield wipers work, they're up here, early model. Cherry bomb exhaust down there. It sounds good. I'll start it up. So this is totally cold. It was probably 40 degrees last night or so. Make sure it's not gonna. So here's the inside. Here's the pedals. It's gas pedal. Before I ever got it, it was like this, but it's one bolt up here that you could take out and replace it. I just got used to it. So it's one pump to set the Edelbrock carburetor, and then you can hear the electronic fuel pump. So that's just cold. So now it's choked, and then after it warms up, it'll back off itself, or you can just pump it and it'll drop down the idle. You don't really want to pump it more than once. There's not very many gauges on here. There's the light, heater, windshield wiper. This has never worked for me. I think it might be defrost. Actually, maybe it is. Maybe it does work. But it blows out alright. There's so much air circulation here, it's not like I need defrost. But it blows warm. It's always warm in here. And it's vacuum actuated four-wheel drive, as you know, which works. The four-wheel drive, high and low, is over there. Bump, bump. And it's 3-speed. And there's the sign. Original, you know, seats, 60/40 or whatever they call it. There's a little compartment down here you can put stuff under. There's the back seats. This back seat's out of a CJ. I put it in a long time ago, but it's cool because I've got kids, so I also put in seat belts, as you can see. So there's 2 seat belts back there and 2 seat belts up front, but we sit 5. The middle person right here just doesn't have a seat belt. This seat belt goes to over there, and then this seat belt's right here. Obviously, it'd be super cool to put in. Like, finish the roll bar. There's a roll bar right here. Finish it up front, and then put in like 5-point. That'd be awesome. The hard top or the soft top. Never had a hard top. Factory soft. The soft top is like 2 years old, so it's in really good shape. I have the back for it, I just never use it because the inside's always warm from the engine. Just there's not much like heat barrier. I would like to get the molded mats for the FJ40 that have the heat and sound barrier in them, and they just slip right in the front there and keep it all quieter. I had them once a long time ago, and I've ridden in other cruisers with them, and it makes it not as warm and quieter. This is a spare tire carrier. I'll show you here. Opens up like the pictures. Tailgate instead of ambulance style. Drops down. And this is maybe the sill you were talking about. So there's no, you know, rust to speak of. The original color, or not, this isn't original, but the color it was when I bought it was yellow. So you can see that there. The original color was red, like the Toyota Cruiser red, which now that I'm older, I wish I would have done that. But when I repainted it orange, like 8 years ago, burnt orange, this kind of like rally orange they call it. Well, it's popular on cruisers, and it's all, I like it, of course, but now I'm more stockish. Here's the Fender Flares, which we did obviously have to cut the fenders. You can see where we cut the fenders. So that's the only modifications to the body, is cut fenders across there to be able to put those Fender Flares on. Everything else, there's the side step under there, I just covered them. There's no rust underneath, I just covered everything with diamond plate because I thought it was cool, and it is cool. But you could take it all off. And then here's the engine. Sec. So it's got the V8. It's yellow like the body was once. This V8 does not have exact mileage. I put it in with obviously a professional. I didn't put it in, but had it put in when I first bought it, so that was 15 years ago. It was a crate V8. And so in my estimation, there was no gauges back then. I have the broken gauge, which I could send to you. But I had that for, I don't know, half of the time, like 8 years, 7 years. No, maybe more, 10 years. And so 5 of those I was in college, and I wasn't even using my cruiser except coming home at spring break or summertime. And then anyways, and then now I got gauges, and there's 1,000 miles on it in like the last 4 or 5 years. I've not been driving it, which is why I'm selling it. So really, I would estimate no more than 30,000 miles on this. And it's got headers, it's clean. This is a Chevy Radiator. So the original Radiator goes in here, and it went out on me. And I put in a Chevy Radiator because it really worked well for the Chevy engine. But as you can see, it's welded to this. So it might be cool at some point to take this out, put it in original or a new Land Cruiser, like aftermarket, the big kind that really has a lot of water or a lot of coolant. So this, and the fan shroud I put around the fan to help suck away the heat, so it doesn't overheat. In the summer here, it used to vapor lock with the old Radiator. Now with the new Radiator and the fan shroud, it's great. The winch cable is right here. You just hook it up to the positive, and then the winch works. And the battery is from 2008, so I think it needs to be replaced soon. New cap and rotor, as you can see back there. New wires all the way through. There is maybe a little header leak that you can listen and hear, tiny. And there's the only oil leak on it is on this side, down there, and you can't really see it. Obviously, it's the original tranny, transfer case, all that. It's original, so it's bulletproof, but it's oily down there. There's a leak, and the guy that I just had tune this up and put on, you know, he timed it, cap and rotor plugs, wires. Oh, you can hear it idling down now, so it's warm. Pretty cool. That's the Edelbrock. So anyways, and he said it's fine, it's just old, and which it is. So here is the new clutch cylinder that we just put in. You can see it's new. There's the brake over there. So that's it. If you were here, that's what I would tell you. Those tires on it are like 80% tread. I got them last fall because I had a sidewall blowout on the Baja Mudders. So these are 35s. Those Baja Mudders that might be in the pictures, were 36s. I actually wanted to go back down a little bit. I wanted to go even narrower for turning radius. If you crank this all the way and you're 4-buying and it's articulated, you might hit the inside of the fender. It goes grrr, you know, you hear it. It just rubs, but just so you know, you can turn it enough to where you hit the inside of the fender with the front wheels. So I like 35s. These are still 1250s. I was even thinking 35 1050s look kind of military, I guess, but all right, that's it, and I hope you dig it. We'll see. I'll send this to you. This is really long. Bye.